Hi everybody, it's Mena. Welcome back to my channel, or if this is the very first video that you're seeing of me, then welcome to my channel. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button down below if you didn't already. I post every day except for Tuesday and Friday afternoon sometimes, and today I'm going to retell you guys a story about how I accidentally friended someone I didn't know on Facebook. Now, I made this video about 2 years ago, and let's be honest, it was a terrible quality video. It was filmed on my webcam at the time, and I didn't have a camera, and the webcam was my only option. So now that I have better editing skills, I thought it would be nice to refilm this video and have much better quality than it was before. So this is a story just to teach you guys all about how not to friend people you don't know on Facebook, or talk to people you don't know on Facebook. So this is a story about Facebook safety as well as internet safety and how to be careful. Well, and I'm going to get started, and I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I hope you learn how to be safe on Facebook. By the way, if you would like to see the original video of how I friended someone I didn't know on Facebook by accident, I'll link the story down below. So this all started about 10 years ago. I was on my Facebook account on my iPad, and I was talking to one of my friends because she was grieving over the loss of her friend, and it was on her post. And then all of a sudden I get this message from this guy. Well, actually it didn't go to me through Messenger privately, but it was on my friend's Facebook post, and he starts going, "Who is this?" And she goes, "Oh, this is my friend Mena." And the guy starts going, "Oh, she's cute." And I'm like kind of uncomfortable because I don't even know what this guy looks like or who he is. And I really don't feel comfortable with people I don't know hitting on me. And he's like, "Oh, I'm looking for a girlfriend." I'm like getting really uncomfortable. So I finally just say, "Could you please not do that?" And my friend is like, "Mena, what is going on? He's just being friendly." And I'm like, friendly? Friendly? How is that friendly? This person is hitting on someone they don't know on Facebook. And so then all of a sudden I'm starting to get really offended. Really uncomfortable and saying this, and I tell her to tell him to leave me alone, and my friend thinks I'm being kind of mean about it. And then this guy just goes, "You know what, if she doesn't want to talk to me, then I guess I'm not your friend anymore, yada yada yada." And he's being really immature about it. And my friend's like, "Wait, she didn't mean any harm, yada yada yada, she just got scared." And my friend's friend says, "I'm not friends with you anymore." So then I start to feel kind of bad because I accidentally caused that tension between my friend and her friends. So I messaged my friend on Facebook because I didn't have her phone number. And I said, "I'm really sorry. I wasn't trying to be rude, yada, yada, yada. I just was not very comfortable with what he was talking about. And I did not feel comfortable with him hitting on me like that, yada, 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 yada." And so my friend understands, and she goes, "He's a really nice person. You really should friend him, blah, 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 blah." And she really wanted me to friend him. And I was like, "Can you please talk to him and tell him that didn't mean to cause any of that tension. I just was not comfortable with what was going on, yada, yada, yada." So my friend says, "Sure, I could try to talk to him." And so I give my friend maybe 15 minutes to talk to her friend. And then all of a sudden she said, "I talked to him and he accepts your apology and he really wants to be friends with you on Facebook." So I was like trying to think, I don't know this person. I never met this person in person, so I'm not exactly sure what he's like. And so my friend goes, "Can you just friend him, blah, 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 blah. I was like, please give me time to think because I don't know this person and I've never met him and I don't know what he's like. So all of a sudden, maybe 20 minutes go by and my friend says, are you going to friend him? And I was like, okay, I'll friend him. So I'm not thinking, I accidentally friend my friend's friend on Facebook, and I get a notification that I accepted he was my friend on Facebook. So later that night, I go over to my mom's boyfriend she had at the time's house for dinner because he invited me, my mom, and my sister over for dinner. I'm on my iPad. I had brought my iPad to chat with my friend. Then all of a sudden I get a message from my friend's friend on Facebook saying, all these uncomfortable questions, asking where I live, what I'm like, yada, yada, yada. And I'm starting to get a little uncomfortable. So I show my mom the message and she's like, maybe you should say he's being demonstrative. And I'm like, thank you. So I send the guy this message saying, you're being a little demonstrative. And the guy's like, what? I'm just being friendly. And I'm like, friendly? That is not friendly. That is just an uncomfortable question. You're asking someone that you've never met in person and you don't know who this person is, yada, yada, yada. So he keeps sending me messages. I'm getting very uncomfortable. So I show this to my mom and I even show her the person and she helps me unfriend him because I didn't know how to do it on my iPad at the time. And I was super happy that I got her to help me do that. And I felt bad and I apologized to her. And she's like, no, I'm glad you told me. That was a good thing you unfriended him and showed me so that I could help you, yada, yada, yada. I was just scared at first because I thought she was going to be mad. Because normally I know not to talk to people online I've never met because you don't know what they're like in person. So I definitely was very glad that I got her to help me do that. So later, then I get a message from the guy saying, why did you unfriend me? Yada, yada, yada. I'm like, please leave me alone. I don't want to talk to you, yada, yada, yada. So I send him that message and all of a sudden, a couple hours later, I get a message from my friend and she's like, why did you unfriend him? He was just being friendly. And then I wanted to be honest with my friend and I told her, I'm sorry, but I unfriended him because he was being very weird and uncomfortable and I did not feel comfortable with him asking me those questions and yada, yada, yada. And I don't think you were paying attention that he was being a little personal and making me uncomfortable, blah, 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 blah. And you should have been a little more careful and thought about before pressuring me to friend him on Facebook, yada, 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 and I didn't like that. So my friend finally sees the errors of her ways and apologizes to me for getting mad at me because I unfriended her friend on Facebook, and she definitely learned to be more careful of who she suggested her friends to, and I told her that's okay, just be careful next time. So then I get a message, my friend also sends me a message saying her friend apologizes for making me uncomfortable, and she suggests you want to be friends with him later on, and I said, after that experience, absolutely not, and my friend understood, and then she brought the message to the person. Even though he apologized, I still didn't want to be friends with him after that little incident that happened. And I'm really glad that my friend learned her lesson to be more careful of who she should adjust her friends to. So the moral of the story is, if you see people that your friends are friends with and you don't know what they're like in person, don't friend them because you don't know what they could do to you. And also, don't let your friends pressure you into being friends with their friends if you don't know what their friends are like in person, because you don't know what they're like. They may be weird, they may be uncomfortable, blah, 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 blah. So you should always be careful of who you friend on Facebook, and also make sure you're careful of who you're suggesting your friends to as well, because not all your friends know who your friends are and what your friends are like. So you should be very, very careful online of who you friend and And especially if you don't know there's people. Only friend people you know on Facebook. So that was a story about retelling about how I accidentally friended someone I didn't know on Facebook. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you learned a valuable lesson about internet safety and how to be safe friending people you only know on Facebook. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I post every day except for Tuesday and Friday afternoon sometimes. And I'll see you in another video soon. Bye!